Alright, let's get into drawing the wings. I'm gonna make it quick. The main shape you want to have is, if the arm is here, hi, it's just a triangle that begins at the lower third of the forearm and ends at the elbow. That's basically it. So now, if you have the shape in mind, the triangle, it gets rather easy to draw the harpy wing, because basically, if you have your arm down in a relaxed pose, your harpy wing will also point down, like this triangle. Now, if you have your arm stretched out like this, your wing will look like this. Now, if you have your arm stretched upwards, you have your wings relaxed, they will go down still. And if you are flying, they will open up horizontally. So let's draw both real quick. Down, relaxed, horizontally when flying. They do not point upwards, ever. As for the different segments it's made of, I usually draw the fluff in the beginning, so I can kind of conceal where they start and where they end. Let me grab a picture of the wing real quick. So, there we go. I hope this isn't a gruesome picture or anything, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's give Getty Images some exposure, I guess. The first segment is this. So it's basically the first triangle. Then a second triangle. That's not a triangle, that's this shape. Sorry. And then the round part. You can either add another round part here, but I just like to keep it as simple as possible with just these shapes. And once I have that, I just line it, basically. And whoops. And I add in the different feathers and the details and whatever I want. And depending on which shape I want the wings to have, I will change them into more triangular or softer, rounder shapes, or the shape with four. This one, I'm sorry. Depending on what look I would like. For a soft inchy, I would probably make them more like this, and for a sassy assassin, I would probably make them like this. How to draw the ears? Yeah, of course. It's basically the same. Let's draw a face real quick. Okay, so we have our face here. So the wings, the ears, wing ears will start here. Oh, let me do several. Tick, tick. Now, for low, imagine this line here. That's the horizontal line. If this guy looked straight ahead, the line would go straight ahead. It's the horizontal line. The low ears would be below that horizontal line. They would point downwards, like this. You can make them as long or as short or as pointy or as round as you want. The high ears would point above the horizontal line. You can again make them higher, make them a little lower, but they have to be above this line, you know? Triangles. Triangles are always super helpful with wings. And the top ears, they're literally like, again, head triangles. I guess you could imagine a hairband on the top of their head that goes around. And along that hairband, the triangles for the top ears would go up. If you keep the shape simple in the beginning, it's gonna look good. Usually. I think. So, when you have your sketch, you again start off with the fluffy, and then you can either immediately do the big lines, or you can again make this shape first. And then the big feathers. If you make it in 2 parts, it can also look good to make the base pointed downwards a little and the ends pointed a little more upwards. Gives it a really interesting look, which sometimes looks cool. To keep it basic, we just go like this. It's basically a chibi version of the wings. Now for the high ears, I think this one is the simplest. Fluff, base, and big ones. And of course, if you want to add a long base, just make a fluff here. For the top ears, you basically just have to make sure it doesn't completely look like those of a fox or a cat, you know. So you just basically add the look of feathers. Swoop, swoop, swoop. If it looks too much like a fox ears, you can just add the feather detail. Triangles are super helpful. Ucalim is basically made of triangles. So those are basically it. If you think it looks odd or not the way you wanted it, maybe check out where the triangle is pointing, or if you might want to shorten the triangle a little bit or make it a little longer. And if you have any questions, you know, I'm here several times a week, so just ask. And have fun. That's the most important thing.